As said in the title of the video, let's do the history of our lone wolf protagonist, Hikigaya Hachiman. We will start with how Oregairu came to be. Yahari ori no seishin love komi wa mushite, or my youth romantic comedy is strong as I expected, or for short, Oregairu. Now, Oregairu started out as a light novel series written by Wataru Watari. He has also made stories for the mangas Ayaka Shigatari, 2 of Girlish Number, Kusuto Kinka no Kilidia, and 2 of Kilidia Code. Girlish Number and Kilidia Code has anime adaptations. The light novel was illustrated by Ponkan-e, who also made the original character design of the anime Shirobaku. The light novel was then published by Shogakukan, a Japanese publisher of dictionaries, literature, manga, non-fiction, DVDs, and other media in Japan. If you want to read the English version, Yen Press has got you covered. The light novel series already has 14 volumes. There are an additional 3.5 volumes, making it 16 volumes. Guess I will really be out of money. Keep in mind that I will be doing this chronologically and there is only few information. Some of it are translated in Google. Let's start it with 2011. March 18, 2011, the first volume of the light novel was released. July 20, 2011, the second volume of the light novel was released. November 18, 2011, the third volume of the light novel came out and received a limited edition, which includes a drama CD containing a character song, sung by Yukino Yukinoshita and Yui Yuigahama. It is composed by Yukari Hashimoto. She made the music of Golden Time, Toradora, Geikan Shoujo Nozaki-kun, and the newly released anime Kakushigoto. 2012, the year where everyone became crazy because of the whole end of the world. March 16, 2012, the fourth volume of the light novel came out and received a I need to get this limited edition. July 18, 2012, the day where we have the perfect cover for the light novel. Totsuka Saika is the cover. Yes! This next one isn't a light novel, but a manga. On September 25, 2012, the first manga adaptation is illustrated by Richi Kazuki, who also made a manga of Higurashi no Nakukoro ni Hirukuwashi, and an anthology manga focusing on cross-dressing boys. November 20, 2012, 6th volume of the light novel comes out. I would say that this was an amazing volume of the light novel series. So many things happening in this volume. December 19, 2012, another manga adaptation but from At Comic. We now have 2 manga adaptations of Oregairu, the monologue and At Comic. The difference is easy. The monologue adapts from the anime, leaving the light novel content. At Comic adapts the light novel and adds original scenes. 2013. This is the year where Oregairu has been reached to all the audience in the whole world. March 19, 2013. We have the 7th volume of the light novel. It has a limited edition bundled with a drama CD containing a character song by Yukino Yukinoshita and Yui Yuigahama. April 4, 2013. This is where we get to see Oregairu in our televisions. Season 1 covers the volumes 1 to 6 of the light novel series. The studio handling the animation is Brains Base, famous for Durarara, Bakano, Gakuen Babysitters, D-Frag, and Ishuo Conference. The title has summary on it. You know what that means? Well, I will be summarizing the anime. I will put the dates on when the episode was released, sticking it to history. Let's do this. Episode 1. We have Hikigaya Hachiman in anime form, and well, he does his usual monologues. Then we have this sick opening. Oh yeah, I still love this opening. He was then called by Hirotsaka Sensei. Hikigaya is forced to join the service club, and we see Yukinoshita in anime form. They don't see eye to eye, and then they have their first request. The first request was from Yui Yuigahama, who wishes to make cookies for someone. That ended up like in any Gordon Ramsay video. Yukino's method fails, but Hiki's method manages to fulfill her request. She then gives them cookies and joins the club. Episode 2. Hikigaya hands in an assignment but gets him in trouble. Hiratsuka asked on what's with the progress of the club. Yui wants to get the heck out and eat with Yukino. Yukino shows up and demands to know why she is late. Yui makes some lame excuse but gets a pass. Yukino and Yumiko argued and she waits outside. Yui then talks to Yumiko while this is happening. Hiki and Yukino are outside listening. When they arrived at the club room, Zaimokuza shows up at the club in a request of reviewing his light novel. They all agreed to it. While going home, Hiki has a flashback about the accident. In the following day, the service club has fulfilled Zaimokuza's request. Episode 3. Hikigaya eats outside and is joined with Yui. While they chat, Best Girl arrives. Yes! Oh, and Totsuka is a guy. If there's a hole, there is a way. Then Best Trap asked Hiki to join the club. He asked Yukinon for advice, and Yui along with Trap requests the club to help him with his tennis practice. During practice, the Yumiko squad shows up and demands to use the court. Hayama, worst boy, and Yumiko, take it or leave it girl, challenges Hiki and Yui to a Pokemon battle. The one who wins will use the court. They have a fight and Yui gets a sprain and switches with Yukinon. They have the lead but Yukinon runs out of stamina. She entrusts Hikigaya to win the fight. The two leave and Totsuka thanks Hiki. As he goes back to the club room, he saw them changing and gets knocked out with a tennis racket. Episode 4. We are introduced to Hiki's sister Komachi and talks about the accident all the way to school. At the club room, Yuigama and Hikigaya receives a mysterious text spreading rumors about worst boy's friends. Hayato requests the club to stop the texts. They realize that the texts are connected to the upcoming 3-person group workplace visit. After some detective work, 8-man explains it to the club that the culprit is hard to find. Instead, tells Hayato to have the friends get to know each other and it worked. Episode 5. Hikigaya arrives late for class along with S-tier waifu, Saki Kawasaki. Later, Hikigaya runs into the tree, having a study session at a cafe and are joined by Komachi and her friend, the little brother of S-tier waifu. Then tells them that he is worried and requests for help. The club comes up with different methods but fail. Then, they discover that S-tier waifu works at night at a cafe. The trio goes to confront her. Yukino and S-tier waifu argue about family stuff. Hikigaya asks S-tier waifu to meet him after her shift. The following morning, Hiki tells the group that S-tier waifu is working to fund her summer school tuition. Hiki then tells her about scholarships. As the two siblings walk home, Komachi reveals that the owner of the dog he saved in the accident was Yuigahama. Hiki then wants to cut ties with Yuigama at the end of the workplace visit, believing that she was only nice to him out of guilt. Episode 6. Hikigaya is satisfied that he cut ties with Yuigahama. In the club room, she hasn't shown up at all. Hiratsuka then tells the two to find another member. Yukino tells Hikigaya that she would like to get Yui to rejoin by celebrating her birthday. The weekend arrives and Yukino, Hiki, and Komachi go shopping to find presents. Komachi disappears and the two are confronted by Haruno. They talked a bit and she leaves. A hot dog runs up to them and starts being a bitch to Hikigaya, but it was Yuigahama's hot dog. She even thought that the two were on a date. She gets the hot dog and leaves. Before she left, Yukino tells her to visit the club in Monday. They celebrated her birthday and Hiki gives her a gift. Yukino leaves to tell Hiratsuka that Yui has returned. Episode 7. Hiki plays with his PSP, relaxing during the summer break but was tricked by Komachi and Hiratsuka in helping out the camp. Hiratsuka explains to him that it will be good for both of them to interact with others. At the camp, the two notice a girl being an outcast to her classmates. Worst boy talks to the girl but is rejected. The girl goes to the two and explains the situation. At dinner, the group discuss about Rumi, the girl's situation. That night, Hikigaya goes for a walk and finds Yukino stargazing. She shares her feelings and talks about her and worst boy's past. Episode 8. Hiratsuka prepares a bonfire and a test of courage for everyone. Hikigaya finds himself working alone and heads to the river to cool off. He finds everyone else having a fan service session. After the session, they all discuss the plan that Hikigaya tells to everyone. His plan failed when Rumi helped the girls. After that, nothing changed. Worst boy talks to Hikigaya about his past and their friendship. When the group returns to school after camp, Haruno shows up in a limo to pick Yukino up. As they were about to leave, Hikigaya and Yuigahama recognizes the limo as the one that hit him in the accident. Episode 9. Hikigaya is growing restless as the end of summer approaches. Komachi is babysitting Yui's beach. As thanks, Yui invites Komachi to the upcoming fireworks festival. Komachi declines but sends Hikigaya instead. At the festival, the two bought stuff for Komachi when they encounter Minami and her group. As the fireworks were about to kaboom, Haruno spots and invites the two to the VIP section. As the two sit and watch, they discuss their relationships with Yukino. After the fireworks, Haruno offers the two home in her limo, and yet they declined it. Yuigama asks Hiki if Yukino has ever told him about the accident. He mentions that they shouldn't talk about it. As the discussion goes to a cliche road, her mother called and hurries going home. School resumes and the two run into each other. Episode 10. Hikigaya is nominated along with this Ho as representatives for the festival. At the meeting, Ho nominates herself to be president of all Ho's. Then freaking Ho visits the club to ask for assistance. Yukino accepts and upsetting Yui, who makes Hiki to look after her. Yukino becomes the vice president and outshines the Ho. Haruno shows up and applies to be part of the festival. Yukino declines but Ho accepts it. Ho gets to get the hell out and everyone has to work harder. And Yukino is having all the extra work. Worst boy and OK girl grows concerned over Yukino's work. Hiki, being Hiki, makes them believe that she can handle everything, but then she takes the work home and has a cold. Episode 11. Hikigaya and Yuigama visits Yukino. The following day, the committee tries to decide on a theme, but Hiki teases host's suggestion, countering with his own and points out that the committee members are slacking off. The next day, the members comes out with Yukino continuing to take charge. As the festival starts, Ho messes up her opening speech with a stage fright. While taking a break, Yuigama brings Hiki lunch and discusses how to get closer to Yukino. After eating, Yui indirectly asks Hiki out. Meanwhile, Ho is depressed and locks herself in the bathroom. Episode 12. Hikigaya is still stuck in his duty as a committee member. Komachi shows up and is surprised that her brother is doing something responsible. On the stage, Haruno entertains the audience. As the closing ceremony approaches, OK Girl reports that Ho is missing. The group decides to stall time while Hiki looks for the Ho. He eventually finds her on the roof. Worst Boy and Hose shows up to get her but doesn't want to go. Hikigaya does the inevitable. I'll just show you this.
興味のない俺が一番早くお前を見つけられた。つまりさ、誰も真剣にお前を探してなかったってことだろ。
After all that, everyone has mixed reactions to Hiki's method. That evening in the club room, the two discuss how far they have come, Yukino hinting that they have become friends. Now that the anime ended on June 27, 2013, there was also a 4-panel manga and an anthology somewhere around the premiere of the anime. Well, this will be in another video. August 20, 2013. The first short story collection volume of the novel series was released. September 19, 2013. The first video game that was developed and published by 5PB came out. It was also bundled with an OVA that is in the special editions of the game. The game was released on PS Vita. That's enough of Oregairu in this video. I was planning to make this into a one whole big video, but just wanted to cut it with Season 1 and Season 2. If you're still watching this, I am still editing the part 2 for this, so stay tuned for that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to rest, and if you like the video, please like it and subscribe.